Welcome to this exciting exploration of the strict rules that volleyball players have to follow. Volleyball is a thrilling sport that has come a long way since its inception as mint to net in 1895. Today, it's played across various formats and surfaces, but the core rules remain the same. At its core, volleyball is a captivating sport that thrives on the interaction between two teams positioned on either side of a net. The primary objective for each team is to score points by skillfully maneuvering the ball over the net to the opponent's side, setting the stage for a dynamic and fast-paced exchange. To achieve this, players are allowed up to 3 contacts to manipulate the ball within their team. These contacts typically consist of the initial pass, known as the bump or dig, followed by the set to position the ball ideally, and finally the attack to propel the ball over the net into the opponent's territory. This 3-contact rule places a premium on teamwork, precision, and strategy. In the heat of each rally, the action unfolds with intense vigor and strategy. Teams battle for control, each maneuver designed to outwit the other. The rally persists until one of 2 outcomes is reached. Firstly, the team can clinch victory through a kill, a decisive play where the ball is forcefully sent into the opponent's court, hitting the ground without any possibility of return. The triumph moment is met with jubilation as it awards the victorious team a point and the right to serve in a subsequent rally. Conversely, the other scenario unfolds when a team commits a fault, which might involve violation like illegal touches, going out of bounds, or other rule infringements. In such cases, the faulting team surrenders the point to their opponents. A turn of events then adds an element of suspense and unpredictability to the game. Volleyball rules can vary, with international rules governed by the FIVB and rules in the United States varying by level. From college to high school to club play, internationally, the Federation International de Volleyball, FIVB, plays a significant role in determining and overseeing the rules for competition between countries in major events such as the Olympic Games, World Championships, and World Cup. In the United States, the competitive volleyball landscape is diversified, with rules differing at the collegiate level, dictated by the NCAA at the high school level for interscholastic play, determined by the National Federation of State High School Associations, and for club play, where the rules are determined by USA Volleyball. Beach volleyball has some unique rules. It's played in pairs, with matches typically going to 21 points. The court is smaller, measuring 2 meters shorter and 1 meter narrower than the indoor court. This reduced size allows players to cover more ground and makes it more challenging for opponents to score on a well-placed shot. The beach volleyball also uses a slightly larger and lighter ball compared to the indoor version. Double contact calls in beach volleyball are much stricter than indoor volleyball. This means that minimal rotation of the ball in the air after it's set. Additionally, players are not allowed to tip the ball over the net using an open hand, making precise and controlled contact crucial. Sitting volleyball is yet another fascinating variant of the game. Here, the net is set at a lower height, approximately 3 feet high. The court dimensions are 10 by 6 meters with a 2-meter attack line. The court is divided into 2 sides of 5 meters in depth by 6 meters in width. One distinctive feature of sitting volleyball is the players are allowed to block serves, but they must also keep one cheek in contact with the floor whenever they make contact with the ball. This requirement emphasizes balance and agility while playing the game. Furthermore, players must remain in contact with the court at all times when handling the ball. They cannot stand, rise, or take steps except in 2 specific scenarios: when making a defensive play in the back zone to save a ball and when making a defensive play in the front zone. One of the most remarkable aspects of sitting volleyball is its inclusivity. It's a sport that welcomes disabled and able-bodied athletes alike. However, if you aspire to play on the U.S. national team or participate in the Paralympic Games, there are classifications for competition, ensuring fairness and equal opportunity for all. Volleyball comes in a multitude of formats, each with its own unique characteristics and rules, catering to different preferences and skill levels. 6 versus 6. This format of play is the most popular for indoor volleyball worldwide and is characterized by its fast-paced nature. It allows for 6 players on the court at a time, with positions designated as front row and back row, separated by a 3-meter line, 10 feet. All players rotate in a clockwise order through the 6 positions on the court, a sequence known as the serving order. When players are in the front row, they are permitted to jump and attack above the plane of the net. However, when they're behind the 3-meter line or the back row, they may only attack from behind this line and are expected to occupy a primary defensive position. 6 vs 6 volleyball showcases the highest level of specialization among players. Positions are dedicated to passing, digging, setting, and attacking blocking. Teams strategically organize their player rotation to position their players for the most advantageous plays, such as running a 5-1 with one designated setter or a 6-2 with two designated setters. 4 vs 4. The 4 vs 4 variation of the game, whether played on an indoor court, sand, or grass, is typically more recreational in nature. In this format, each team consists of 4 players per side, and each player is permitted to attack at the net regardless of their starting position on the court. During play, players have the flexibility to occupy any position on the court, leading to a moderately paced style of play that requires teams to cover more ground. This format also allows players to compete in a less specialized manner, with players often taking on multiple roles. Co-ed volleyball introduces an exciting dynamic to the game by allowing both male and female players to compete together on the same team. Co-ed competitions can be held with any format of play, including 6 vs 6, 4 vs 4, or 2 vs 2. This variation is often seen as recreational leagues and local tournaments, offering a platform for both genders to compete and play together. Reverse co-ed volleyball, on the other hand, adds a twist by having male and female players compete on the same team in 4 vs 4 competitions. However, there's a rule stipulating that male players can only attack from behind the 3-meter line. This format of play is typically found in recreational and local leagues and tournaments, providing a fun and inclusive experience for participants. Beach volleyball offers its own set of rules and dynamics, making it a distinct and captivating variant of the sport. While it's typically played in pairs or doubles, it can also be played in 6 vs 6 and 4 vs 4 versions. Strategically, top beach teams often consist of one player who specializes in blocking and another player who excels in defense. Both players in a beach volleyball team can attack from any position on the court at any time. However, the typical approach is for one player to focus on blocking at the net to prevent attacks from crossing over, while the other player covers the court behind the blocker. Effective communication is essential in beach volleyball, with players using hand signals and verbal cues to coordinate their movements during plays and ensure optimal coverage of the court. Beach paravolley is a unique and inspiring variation of beach volleyball that allows athletes with disabilities to compete. This format features 3 players per side, showcasing the sport's commitment to inclusivity and accessibility. Beach paravolleyball is an emerging discipline with the potential to be introduced as a new Paralympic sport, possibly as soon as LA 2028 Paralympic Games. This exciting development would further promote the diversity and reach of volleyball on a global stage. Snow volleyball is a thrilling and emerging discipline that brings the excitement of volleyball to snowy terrains. Played on snow, it accommodates 3 players per side. Snow volleyball requires unique equipment to help players compete effectively in challenging conditions. This equipment may include soccer cleats, gloves, and a specialized ball designed specifically for snow volleyball. USA Volleyball is actively involved in snow volleyball, fielding teams to compete in international events. The long-term goal is to introduce snow volleyball as a winter sport in the Winter Olympic Games, expanding the sport's reach to new and exciting frontiers. In conclusion, volleyball is a dynamic and versatile sport that offers a wide range of formats and variations to cater to different preferences, skill levels, and physical abilities. Whether you're playing on a beach, indoors, or even on snow-covered courts, the next time you step onto a volleyball court, understanding these rules and formats enhances your appreciation for the game. So the next time you step onto the volleyball court, armed with this knowledge, you can fully enjoy the thrilling world of volleyball in all its diversity and inclusivity. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such content.